This ain't centered. The fuck?
So like on the internet, like a lot of people like bully me and stuff because the way I look, my hair, just make me look cool. Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, anything just make me look
Just
cool.
took Ritalin.
Alright.
I want to get as much of this done as possible until I get tired of doing it. Alright.
Alright, so I think I look pretty cool, and we're about to go on Omegle and see if I still get bullied.
I think I look pretty cool, so maybe one person will laugh at me or bully me or whatever just because I'm having a bad day, but I don't foresee many people. I think a lot of people are going to be like, yo, your hair is cool, you know? So let's get started. Hello. Oh, we got the same hair. All similar.
Well, I seen you on YouTube, my boy. When you get the wigs?
I got them today.
What? That's hard, boy. You gonna pull every damn motherfucker in the world, boy.
Thank you, bro.
So when you got that done today, how much they charge you?
500.
500, boy. You got
Yeah, I should have got it for 250.
Nice hair.
Thank you.
I like your hair.
Hello. It's Mr. Handsome.
I've seen you. It's a cool hairdo.
Thank you.
What's up, J. Cole?
J. Cole? Oh, it's kind of deep with J. Cole. You know who this is?
There's J. Cole.
I'm J. Cole.
Oh my god, it's J. Cole.
The girl before you said I look like J. Cole.
You have alopecia. I'm loving the hair.
Oh, thank you. I like your Beetlejuice on the ceiling. Very cool. Nothing. I have a hearing fungus.
What are your drugs?
They're Wix. Thank you. That's all I needed. You take care. Hello, it's J. Cole.
Deadpool and Wolverine is supposed to be one of the largest movie releases of 2024, but so far things are not looking super positive for Disney because the first day ticket sales are almost 50% less than Spider-Man No Way Home. It says a new report claims that Marvel Studios' upcoming superhero film, Deadpool and Wolverine, has sold around 9 million in ticket sales in its first day of pre-sales. However, that is nearly 50% less than Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, this is a clear battle. It's another nostalgic movie versus nostalgic movie because of the actors, and bringing Hugh Jackman back and teaming with Ryan Reynolds should be, for all intents and purposes, a big hit. I'm not expecting Hugh Jackman himself to equal the ticket sales of a movie that brought back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, but you'd think that this would do great. Plus, both X-Men and Spider-Man, which includes these major actors, were two movies that were from the beginning of the modern-day superhero blockbusters. Now, I think, of course, this
What the fuck was that?
could go either way. It could be a complete success or it could be a complete failure because we have a time where people are sick of Disney. People no longer have faith in Disney because of how they have messed up Marvel continuously over the years, but you also have a lot of nostalgia and people wanting this to do well just in order to support Ryan Reynolds and of course Hugh Jackman. Now, I think that this whole situation sucks because this is a rated R, and rated R superhero movies are few and far between, and I want this to do good just because of that fact, because I would like to see this type of content be better and more frequent. So I want it to succeed on some level, like the Joker, the other Deadpool movies, Blade, but if this doesn't do good, other studios will see it as too much of a risk and not make them, but at the same time, screw Disney, okay? They have messed up Marvel so badly, I just wouldn't even feel disappointed, so there's no right or wrong situation. I'm not, vying for this movie's success, but I'm also not vying for its failure, and a lot of people feel the same. They're kind of in this middle neutral zone of, I don't particularly want Disney to make a lot of money, But I also want this to see some level of success, but this just, boils down to people being done with Disney. Of course, technically, Deadpool movies were pre-Disney 20th Century Fox.
This girl on the television is talking about how the pre-sales for the Deadpool movie aren't doing good. I just looked to buy a ticket yesterday, and almost all the pre-screeners are full already for all the good show times, and I'm not gonna see it in real D 3D.
Have a lot riding on the success of those movies where they felt, okay, we can definitely put a lot of money towards this one because it will for sure be as successful as these ones. I don't necessarily know if that is going to happen, especially now that we're hearing the first day ticket sales were almost 50% less than Spider-Man No Way Home. Of course, this movie does not release in theaters until July 26th, so there's still a lot of time before the launch, and of course time for these ticket sales to end up climbing and doing really good, and maybe after release people will end up supporting it because people don't want to buy movie tickets months in advance the same way people don't want to pre-order video games anymore months in advance. You want to wait until you see reviews, until you hear maybe your friends talking about it, or until you feel you've seen enough to the point where you're confident enough to monetarily support it. But either way, no matter how you cut it, the first day ticket sales are not looking very positive, as they were almost 50% less than Spider-Man No Way Home, and I do think that Disney is in for a whirlwind with this film. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
Masterson. We were talking first, I think it might have stemmed from...
Ricada.
That's right. It was Ricada. I don't have another beer loaded up. But I could! Why, I could definitely grab one. I suppose I should do that. And then, I suppose you should tell me about... Well, we should pick up where we left off there. Probably. And then we'll get the inside dirt. Let me grab a brew. Unlike my Piscapades, this will take me 5 seconds. So I will be right back, my dear man. And I'm right back like a flash. Just like that. At any rate.
Okay.
So you had said Ricada might be a bit of a freaky deaky individual. You had said that people would...
100%. He... The Baldo is enough to get out of it.
I'm sorry, the what is?
The Baldo.
What the fuck is that?
It's, like a thing that you attach to your balls, and it allows you to penetrate someone with it.
What the fuck? With your nuts? You like stuff your actual nuts in the woman?
Yes.
What the fuck? Oh, I see. It's a combination of balls and dildo?
That's the one, yeah.
What the fuck? Alright, wait a minute. Why'd you bring that? And Nick Ricada owns one of these?
I think he got like a sponsorship or something from them, and I got one for free.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Is that real? Somebody tell me if that's real. Should I look that up? Can we look that up on stream?
It should be fine. There shouldn't be anything explicit on sex toy as usually.
Somebody in the chat look that shit up. Jamie, pull that up. Pull up the Baldo. Drunken Atheist Studio. Hey, thanks for coming back, man. You're back. I am back. You're back also. That's one of the most famous guys in the chat. Drunken Atheist Studio. Full disclosure, your audio is being picked up on my mic, on my editing stream. I don't give a hoot. That's more attention for the Mars man. We got Krim. That's more eyes on our man Krim over the years. I don't give a hoot.
37.
Enjoy it. Share it. Shit, Drunken Atheist. If you, why, you should hack the billboards in Times Square and, you know, blast the stream on them. Canadian John on the John, the man who knows the best friend of the Niggler, if you will, is offended, and in all caps he's asking, am I not more famous or infamous? You might be. Well, you probably are actually. You're the only guy I know of who's dressed up in a gigantic, not super villain costume, I guess, and thrown glitter all over Dick Masterson, so that's Deaf Noodles vacuuming it up at like fucking 4 a.m. probably. Lordy, it's a fine time here on the stream with your boy Mars, the regulars from The Biggest Problem and the Dick Scored. We're a fine bunch of young gentlemen, Grim. I mean, there's almost no one as goddamn slick as the viewers of these servers. Who's your favorite person from the server?
Spuss consistently doesn't annoy me.
Okay. Formerly USPS.
Yeah, I think he was robbed by the Postal Service, so he's getting fucked by the government too.
Oh my god. I'll have to get his origin story one of these days. I don't know why the fuck he's named that. Fun fact, the man
Because Discord used to be fun and let you name yourself anything you wanted, and they're like, well, you can't have these numbers anymore, so everyone has to have unique usernames nowadays.
That's fucked up. Dick Scored, more like it there being dicks. The man who knows the Niggler says, fun fact, I had no idea it was glitter. The package said confetti, and I believed it. No shit. Oof. That's a big fucking difference. That's a big printing error.
Yeah, confetti's cleanable.
That's not
What do you... Abstrus, you gotta get in the chat, man. You gotta get in the fucking main YouTube chat, because if I keep going to DMs or whatever, I'm like cutting off Crim's camera or whatever. Because I can't do the pop-out shit or OBS will crash. I was trying to change a fucking one little thing in OBS I was trying to change. The whole thing crashed. I'm gonna write OBS an angry email to sort this shit out.
Fun they ruined your life, no go.
They did. They fucked me up. We're at like half of the viewers we were at. They all went away. Although, to be fair, like Vito, I'm grateful.
Play reviews on your own time.
Of it we had with our big ass viewer count. Most people would look at, a little over 10 viewers and they would say, oh, and they would scoff and things like that. Me, I don't do that. I started from the bottom, now I'm kind of close to the bottom, but good enough.
I've seen, or I've scrolled past people who just like scream into the void and just keep talking because they don't get it. Like, there's not someone there to interact with. I just like stop.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
That makes sense. I'll tell you, that's kind of what it was like to do painting streams. If I wasn't getting raided by somebody else, then that's kind of what it was like, more or less, every time. Who the fuck is pinging me in this BS? Okay, alright.
For a painting stream, it seemed like you would want like a big like TV display or something with all the chats on it. See what you were painting.
A TV display? Well, yeah, I didn't have that though. That's not that's
yeah. I mean, the easiest way to do any streaming stuff is to like replicate everything everywhere you want to do it, rather than like, okay, I've got this camera and I'm gonna set it up for this other thing and then this other thing and then
Yep.
We'll get around 3 times. It's okay.
Yep. Yeah, right now, in fact, I might get another monitor in here. I've got got some shit left over from my IT days, some old shitty monitors. I'm already using one of them, but now I got a big ass TV here in the mothership. It's no red bar radio, but I'm working on the sophistication of the setup. Listen, I had I think one more question that we got when I asked people on the servers what would they like to ask the mighty Prim. And somebody who has changed his name to Krimko's Parasocial Lover, who used to be known as Sploogey Peen, I believe. A very flattering name.
I had him blocked previously, but I pretty much unblocked everyone a couple days, like, immediately to see what the fuck was happening on the server when I couldn't talk.
Okay. Well, he says, he I think maybe in his question might have availed us of some reasons why you might have blocked him, because he said, can you ask Krim, let me put it on the screen, that'll be cool. I'll illustrate here. Actually, I probably won't, that'll be a lot of work, and OBS might fucking crash on me again. He said, can you ask Krim if he still loves me? And then he elaborated that he is, quote, the guy who edited his podcast to make him seem like a child rapist.
Oh, that was. Oh, actually, maybe I didn't block it. I might have. I don't know. It was a good edit. He's good at editing. I don't agree with the messaging of the content he has created, but, like, it was good work.
Okay.
I wouldn't have made that.
Alright.
Probably wouldn't have paid someone to make that.
Okay. Well, you didn't pay him, right, to do the edit?
No, he just asked for the audio files from the podcast, said he was working on an edit or something. I assumed he was communicating with multiple people that had some sort of scheme going on to begin with.
I see. So he asked you for some shit and then made it a bit of a joke edit to make you seem like a rapist.
Yeah, well, it was an episode about cartoons aren't real, so...
Okay, I got you. I believe that's...
Okay. 5 episodes. Episode 4 was about Lolicon, episode 5 was about... yeah,
I have to tell you, Abstruse is barking at the gates. We're coming up on a bunch of hours of having streamed here, not that I particularly have a limit on a Friday night, to be honest. But Abstruse is fucking biting at my heels. Because he has said that he would like to make peace with our man Krim.
That's probably a good idea.
Good idea. Now, do you want me to feed you questions from him, or do you want me to invite him into the voice chat and moderate a peace treaty between the two of you?
Feeding questions is fun.
It's funnier? Well, I think it'd be way more, what?
Effort.
Well, no, not that. I think it would be much more, viewable. I mean, if people wanted to watch the video, they'd probably much rather, and alright, it's either way it's fun. I appreciate you being on stream, so I don't really insist or anything, but I do know that if somebody's been kicked off of Discord in a previous altercation, then there's the surprise thing of, I mean, Christ, man, $1,300 for a laptop, that's gotta be, God can't hate you, I would have to assume. I imagine that conversation would have some fucking eyes and ears on it. And on top of that, if it does, then I don't see why you can't plug
God damn it.
yo-yo and shit like that off the strength of that. I don't know, I'm just throwing around ideas.
You're probably right.
I'm going for an interesting stream, but obviously I'm not gonna let the Abstruse come in here and fucking attack you.
No.
My Prim, my golden number.
I mean, whatever works with it here. A while, right?
Well, I don't think he's gonna be aggressive. I don't know. Let's see. Where's I told him to get in the main YouTube chat. I don't know if he's gonna do that. Let me see if he. I'm gonna tell him to get in but be peaceful. I think he's going to be anyway. think he just wanted. I'm very curious actually to ask both of you questions about like the laptop thing and this, that, and the other. This whole thing is as an outsider is interesting, and I think there's probably some room for not only a piece for you to be informed, but I think in the words of whoever the fuck it is at the end of Casablanca, this could be the beginning of a wonderful friendship. If I can fucking get a minion, but I'll have to. Let me see if I can.
If anything ever works.
Let me see if I can get that man. Oh, go ahead.
When I was trying to get the face tracking, different face tracking working, like the last couple hours, I had to rebuild the same like Docker image like 7 or 8 times, and just kept instead of holding on to the files each time something changed, and just re-download them, rebuild them.
So in my mind, the show, like you said, had an end.
Well, what the fuck is Docker?
Like the mid 2000s.
Docker is like
So think of like
virtual
the
environment for software on your computer. It's taken over a lot of software distribution rather than giving people configuration files or having to build stuff. It kind of contains all of the build information and sort of spins up a virtual machine that just kind of runs it and then feeds it back to your main computer. So you can spin up like a web server on a Docker image, and it might have like all the IP import information and everything, and then you just have to like port that program at the internet rather than set up stuff manually. But
That's fucking nuts. That sounds very convenient.
It is convenient, but it severely makes customizing everything a bit more pain in the ass. I'm used to Linux where you go down, you get like the package files, you build the thing, you wait for your CPU to build the package, and then you like install it. And these like skip a lot of those steps, and some of those steps can potentially like break your computer, so it's nice for like isolated environments, I guess. But it's, I don't know. I prefer everything running more bare metal.
Are you running? Oh, there's our man here. I was just gonna ask you, are you running Linux on the laptop that our man who just joined here, Abstruse, going by Dingus at the moment? Are you running Linux on the laptop that man bought you? That's a strange occurrence. I can't get over that. Or is it Windows?
Yeah, it came with Windows 11, and I streamed.
Oh shit.
Install Linux.
Fuck.
Okay.
I think Windows.
Fair
I
enough.
streamed that. I don't know why anyone would watch that. It's very boring watching Linux install.
Well, people, if I've learned anything from this stream, it's that people will watch you from, almost perhaps no matter what you're doing. But we have our man Abstruse in, and I'm putting both of you up on the screen now, as far as the Discord light up and whatever.
Yeah,
There we go.
I agree. Working with computers is very boring. Watching any kind of stream of people installing shit on the computer is very, very boring.
I don't enjoy watching the software build. I can't imagine anyone else does. Especially when it's not something they're, like... At least at the end, I have software that works. They just have nothing.
Yeah, I spend probably 10% of my time at work making tech manuals, like walking people through, like installing things on our systems. But anyways, the reason I'm here, Crimsol, and I've never disliked you, I've never hated you. Let me make that clear right off the bat. I've always given you a hard time, but it's only because you've always had a kind of a entertaining response.
God.
So he feels so. Prim, is that news to you, or?
I mean, that's probably fair.
That's you showed your titties for a second there. Are you trying to seduce? Are you trying to seduce Abstruse or myself, or because it's working?
the head is crooked.
Is
and
he?
it's-
I can't watch the screen and see it at the same time. But is he shaking his face at me?
He
I
was for a
wasn't
second.
trying to. The head was crooked and it was driving me insane.
I think, well,
Trying to adjust it.
that's one way you could say, but I'm going to choose to believe you're trying to seduce both of us. And like I said, it is working. So. No, don't do it deliberately now, for fuck's sake. Abstrus, did you see that earlier on the stream? He has no job written on his VTuber tits. Yeah, those are nipples. God damn it. That's too much.
No,
That's,
dude. I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I'm just every bit of grief that I've ever given you is just me trying to be funny on Discord. Like I have no hatred towards you.
hey, Carafro.
And
What am I doing
a lot
up?
of people
I'm
use
always
it.
up.
I really think you should just come back. I think a lot of people have
I started early
feelings
tonight.
about you threatening my kid and whatnot.
I just started playing a new Mad Max game
But I'm willing
yesterday this morning. Well, it's past midnight now.
just think you're a cool guy.
And I want to get this editing done so I could play it some more. And yes, I'm editing an interview with Adam Sessler, who Adam Sessler was the guest on The Biggest Problem in the Universe for the first clip I ever made for him.
I don't get the whole threatening to kill my kid thing though. I didn't. I was not very fond of that, and I actually had to make some, responses to that costed me a bit of money to get me unlisted. Because
Okay, well, let's take it piece by piece, if I may moderate, if only ham-handedly. Krim, what do you, before we get into what costs you may have incurred there, Abstrus, Krim, what do you make, at least initially, the idea that Abstrus is saying he never really hated you, that the, get a job, Krim type stuff, Abstrus, tell me if I'm mistaken here, but that kind of stuff that he's referring to is all sort of friendly
Yep,
humor
big
and stuff
name,
like
G4.
That there's really no intended animosity. Is that something that you thought there was some animosity, or did you understand that from the beginning?
He has a reputation of being a pretty angry guy, but him and Pete seem to be getting along just fine.
You think it was as far as to get a job shit?
Oh, no. I don't care about that at all.
Okay, so that's
no,
not.
I'll fully admit to that I do get a little bit too carried away with the drinking some nights, and maybe go a little bit over what I would normally say.
That possibly makes 3 of us. At the very least, your man Martian's committing that particular sin right now as we speak. This is beer number 4 or 5. That's a little bit much for your man Martian. But that's it. At least as far as the get a job shit, it seems like that's a moot point. That's all.
That's just clowning around, man.
Yeah.
I honestly, I never thought that you took it that seriously. And if I had that inclination,
40, 50 demographics. That's going in the
I sent
intro.
you private messages saying exactly that.
So you guys have talked in, as you say, private messages, and that's. I mean, you must have if you sent the guy a computer. I remain very intrigued by that. How did that come about? How did you send the guy a computer? First, you have to have his address, and then that's quite a magnanimous forward move, isn't it, Abstrus?
Yeah,
it's a
here's how
wish
it kind of-
list.
Here's how it kind of went down. And before it got way out of control.
It's awful. I feel so bad for him.
I
Yeah, it's gonna make the next, like, it's
gonna make his life pretty miserable. Hopefully he doesn't get locked up in prison.
He said something along those lines.
Hopefully they'll put him on probation.
Expensive laptops that were
But
on there that would
he's
do
fucked.
exactly what I wanted.
Once he gets bailed out on Tuesday,
So he actually
part of his bail is he can't drink or do anything. So I think he's gonna not be online.
Oh, go ahead.
And yeah, he's just totally fucked. And it seems like it was nefarious. Like somebody was trying to get at him, and maybe April, April's ex-husband.
Aren't even good like price to power ratios attached.
Okay.
So yeah, that really sucks. I was listening to all the info, all the stuff, and all the charges and everything at work, and I'm like, made me feel kind of sick. Dealing with the fucking cops and the courts is miserable.
I honestly wanted to buy him that weapons out.
That's if I can tip my hand of cards a little bit here, not that I'm any major player in the scenario, but it perhaps might have been obvious that everybody was shitting on Krim. I would kind of, I'd either be neutral or crack a joke, something to that effect. I kind of, what I mean is I got the same feeling. If everybody's going with one joke or shitting on one person, I don't, my style is not to also do the precise same thing. I'll usually do the opposite or something neutral. And so hence my early start to being very neutral about Krim.
He was gonna do a live stream tonight. He even released a statement saying he was gonna get online. He did? I didn't see that. I read that they're not even gonna. I think I read on Twitter that he's probably gonna be stuck in there until Tuesday because of Memorial Day weekend. Like, but I don't know. That could be wrong. I think Ralph tweeted that out. I know April got let out this morning. Oh God, excuse me.
Yeah, I set up a
Oh,
deal
really?
forward.
He said he was
Set up
home?
an Amazon wish list instead of just linking the wish list.
Wow.
I
Okay.
guess it is weird looking.
Well, yeah, he's got a lot of
But
fucking charges on it, and they
yeah, I don't think you reported it, but I'm pretty sure someone in that fucking server did.
and they
Yes,
they've compounded so much crap on top of it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it is he's gonna get a good lawyer. He has money. I'm sure, like, hopefully they like offer him a deal or something. But yeah,
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, so
it sucks.
we were, I don't know, we were going back and forth about this computer thing. I posted the link. He's like, you're trying to IP fish me. He like obviously like jokingly tagging dick and stuff, but I don't know. My account got locked out after that, and I hadn't been like being obnoxious or even posting anywhere else for a few days.
Which account?
The Crimson one, I like couldn't. It was the weirdest.
Where
like,
did he
I've
post
never,
that he was home?
like, I've
Where
not,
did he say that?
like, can't use my account at all before on.
I'm looking
other,
at his
like, on,
Twitter,
Twitter, where
and
you
it
can't
says he
do
hasn't
the same
posted
thing.
in 4
This one was
days.
super weird. You could do reactions. You could see all of the posts.
I don't know. I don't really watch his stuff.
And you couldn't send
I don't watch Rakita's channel.
in any of the chats.
Okay.
It wasn't just the dick. It wasn't just the Dick Show Discord. It was every single Discord.
Because your general account was kind of new.
With Rakita,
Yeah, and it told me to check the system
I'll watch
messages,
clips
and I checked the
after the
system
fact
messages,
if
and it
something
seemed like
happened.
CSS errors instead of system messages from Discord.
You know,
Fucked up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with weed being legalized for a few years here, I've kind of already forgotten how scared I used to be of the police. And,
Insolence?
I mean, I haven't done any...
Wait, insolence. That can't.
There's a lot of people.
I haven't done anything besides weed and alcohol, any substances outside of that for a long time. So it's just, well, probably actually, yeah, because they legalized it, I think during COVID or after COVID.
months.
When
and
did they
months,
legalize
'cause
weed
I've
in
seen you.
Illinois?
I've probably been on the Dick Show Discord for God, I don't know.
When did they legalize weed in
Years now,
Illinois?
I guess, since I've been doing this martial
Yeah,
shit.
it was
By the way, on the
it was
John,
right
said
before the
really
it was like
takes.
5 months before the lockdown started. So
amidst all the get a job crim type of shit, what do you make of the
yeah,
idea
it's been 4
that
years, and yeah, I
you
haven't
were banished
done
to the
anything
shadow realm,
other than
and
weed
you
in
actually are
4 years, I
expressing
guess.
quite widely
Oh
in
wait,
this?
no,
Does that surprise you?
I was oh yeah, that's not true. I remember I went candy flipping up in the mountains in Colorado,
It's just odd sentiment.
but around
It's
here,
awesome,
nothing.
In my opinion.
Is it so? Let me see if I can guess ahead a little bit here. Does it have anything to do with what you were telling me?
That was
before,
fun as fuck.
where,
I'm sitting on a ton of footage I shot out in Denver that I shot meaning to make a video out of it, but
something for Discord is in the realm
I
of
just felt
kind of
burnt out when I got back. It's sitting in a folder though. I'm gonna make something with it eventually.
Yeah, it's like a one to many communication medium. There's no like, I don't know.
It's too public, too anonymous to be taken seriously.
Kinda like no one. It's more that like on a screen. It's not.
I don't know though.
Well, what about let me ask you this, Abstrus, before you maybe take a different angle there. Maybe what you're going to say is better than what I have to offer. But Krim, let me ask you this though. Something interesting might be thrown into the mix, because what about the odd case when the internet and what's on the screen gets breached? Like, I mean, you're talking to us right now on a pretty expensive laptop that came from somebody that you only know, really, I think, through that screen.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it breaches that barrier, doesn't it? So what do you make of that?
I don't know.
Well, let me ask then, Abstrus, what were you going to say?
I'd say like some of the relationships that actually people have now, you included, Martian. You know, we've been just kind of bullshitting Discord server for years.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, I consider you like a person that I actually like. You know, I like to talk to. You know,
I feel more attractive every time somebody says that to me. I'm kidding, you're the only person to say anything like that to me. No, I know what you mean. It's the feeling's mutual.
You know, it's not just a parasocial thing. You know, we've been communicating. Ursula, me and you, we've been communicating together for fucking 6 years. Like 6 or 7 years.
Has it been that
Were you
long?
in the IRC? You were in the IRC, weren't you?
Can't hear what he said, and it's distorting what Pete is saying.
I don't think I was like, I remember the mid-2000s, and it was just as more central.
Well, yeah, but like before that, you were in the Dick Show Facebook, weren't you?
I don't think I
Oh.
I wish I could have been there. That's before my time. I would have liked to have made Maddox's list of fake Nazis. I would have liked to be on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the date on your account is totally wrong. June 2023.
What, mine?
Abstruses says that.
Oh, Abstrus.
No.
That's not
Well,
so.
no, I've had a Discord account before.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one.
Let's see. Oh, Jesus Christ. 2018 when I joined up in here. I'm pretty sure that was when the IRC fell apart.
I think I might have showed up like 2020. I don't know. Somebody else would have to check my account or something.
No, I just don't understand your definition of parasocial relationship.
Yeah, what about that? That's I was gonna say, because it's sort of I mean, a laptop thing as well as like on the John in the chat just said that to a point it is real, and I was actually thinking about while you guys were talking to each other,
there is the thing with like there's the, you know, as they say, parasocial. It's not social as it would be in real life. It's got that odd communicative connection of the internet, and yet at the same time it's a removal of a certain amount of degrees. You're communicating to the person, and yet it's over, you know, such a distance, and it's impersonal. There's the screen or whatever. But nonetheless, the things that, you know, and we are interacting with each other. Whatever it is that is on the screen is still a representation of an actual person. And you can see that demonstrated with somebody that sends you the entire fucking computer. So, I mean, what's to be made of that? It can't be entirely fake because, you know, I mean, also if somebody flies out to one of the live shows or something, it then immediately becomes IRL. So it's yeah, it's kind of fake, but it's also a representation of something that's very real.
4425.
I mean, what do you make of that, Grim? I mean, the computer is definitely very fucking real.
Like, yes, in one sense, and then in the other
Sketch.
sense, they just have monitors in, yes.
Well,
I don't know.
Appsters didn't buy the monitors for you, I take it?
I mean, I just like have the same spot configured at the end. Like it's different. It's helpful. I can like do things and open websites without like going and getting a drink in between. But like,
yeah, so it's not sluggish. Your previous computer was a potato with electrodes in it, and it took a half hour.
yeah, like it's like that noticeable quality of life improvement there. But like, I appreciate it. It's nice. Thank you. But like, I don't know what to express about it past that.
Is it any more real for you, the guy on the other side of the screen?
No, I don't think so. It just does not get the same psychological wires that, I don't know, it doesn't.
Well, yeah, I mean, probably.
But how much actual human interaction do you deal with on a weekly basis? And I mean that sincerely, because
Not fun. They just don't leave the house.
The kind of like visual that I get around your life is just a guy who's just like permanently stuck to his computer, and it doesn't seem like a healthy lifestyle, man. It really doesn't. I mean, that's kind of why I give you a hard time. I think that's why a lot of guys in the Discord give you a hard time. And I think there's some room for improvement on that aspect of your life. And I don't think we're like giving you a hard time just because there's some vulnerable guy we can go after. I think there's room for improvement in your life.
That's I detected something like that. I guess I'm gonna loosely refer to that as I thought over the months or years or whatever. I thought, you know, a lot of these guys would not be harping on Prim if they didn't actually want him to succeed. So it's sort of this like, it struck me, Absters, would it be fair to say you and some of the other guys in the Discord were kind of like doing almost like a tough love encouragement thing because you don't like to see somebody who's clearly a bright guy not necessarily on an upward path, say financially or something in life. It's a form of like, you like the guy and you just want him to do better or something like that.
Exactly.
Okay, Krim, did you get any of that impression from the hey, get a fucking job man type of shit, or is that news to you?
The intent behind it doesn't really change anything.
You don't give a shit if people care about you?
Not really.
Okay, well,
No.
Well, it's alright. Well, I mean, you want to like have better shit in life, don't you? Like, it can't be
I
dynamite.
don't
Well, go
I
ahead.
don't like eating. It's disgusting. I haven't liked food since I was 17 and had to inject myself with insulin.
I didn't mean
Fuck.
so I wasn't trying to
Is that like a
Is
that like a diabetic thing?
It's like a Pavlovian response to a diabetic thing.
I mean, this is the era of the man
All right. Well, okay. So you don't. Is it fair to say then that the? I wonder if it's part that I guess we're basically saying that people in the Discord, though it may be just the internet and the chat room and shit like that, you could say since I don't know, like, since the AOL days or something like that, that like an internet chat or like a social community or so. A lot of us are in the Discord so often that I know we're fucking around. I mean, we all have our like days and shit we gotta do during the day. But you pop into the server or something like that, and you joke around, you let off steam or whatever. But it's all contained, I guess, if I were to have to take a guess, you're saying or indicating that it's still within the realm, inevitably, of the impersonal for you. So even if people actually care about you, it doesn't matter to you, or it's not real to you.
I've been using like chat rooms like this since the 90s. Not like this. I mean, it's complicated, but like not places of like permanence. They're just like they're just all like an RSS feed. I don't.
Well, right, but I guess
respond to stuff when I see it.
I guess
It's
part of
like it.
part of what I was trying to impress upon you was that some things are concrete. It's almost like on the John in the chat just now said it's like a more artistic way of interacting with pen pal. And
But
it's
I've never. Interesting. I don't know. I had people that I had as friends before in real life. They were like, oh yeah, I'll totally write to them or something. And they moved, and I just like, I don't have anything to say. We're not like stuff.
have you ever had anybody that you met online that you then met in person after that?
Pretty much just meant Riley.
Okay, and what was that like for you? I mean, do you give a shit about Riley at all?
Yeah, Riley's cool. Like Mint was in the Bitchute Discord and she was posting. There were trans remember.
Posting
She was posting. She did do that, but no, she was posting her posters in front of her door. And I was like, I know exactly what building and floor and like probably which like hallway you live in from just that poster. I don't know if anyone else is going to because like I'm local, but like I just like maybe take it down. And then
Whoa, hold on. I want to hear the rest, but you knew what college Mint Salad of Riley of ASE Presents fame was going to? So you're local to the same area.
Yeah. Back when she was still dating her ex before she had John Breaks Bad News break up with her husband.
What the fuck? I don't know any of that lore. Do you know any of that, Abstrus?
Absolutely no idea.
I don't fucking know either. That's insane. Prim, that's the second or third time you've dropped some deep fucking lore on me in the stream.
It's like remember things like some of these people are more fully realized in this chat than others. Like there is a differentiation. Like I have some concept of the personalities of some of these people and not in others. Like that Fuji guy, I had no idea what the fuck he was doing. It was obviously suspicious to begin with, but like, everyone else who's chatted today, like I've seen or talked to, or like, am aware of their existence, but like, it's not, I don't know, it's not the same.
Okay, even Drunken Atheist Studio in the chat right now is saying he didn't even know that lore about Mint and Riley and John Breaks Bad News, I believe is referring to. I think you might have a treasure trove of lore there, Prim.
I mean, probably. I've been around since before the lawsuit, and I just kind of like remember things. Nothing helpful or useful, just
Well, I think it's useful in the way that it's informative. I'm interested in it. Clearly, on the John and Drunken Atheist, I would imagine other people are.
Yeah, but like I saw that poster in Miss Dorm, and then I think we were talking about making weed brownies or something. She offered to come over and clean my basement and help me make weed brownies in exchange for weed brownies. So randomly came over to a stranger's house and did a bunch of drugs.
So you actually met Mint Salad, and you met her that way? Is that correct?
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
shit.
you came over and cleaned my basement for me. I did not have any interest in doing so.
Okay, alright, well it's a good thing Abstruse asked, because I certainly wasn't thinking the same thing, and certainly would never have asked the same thing. Definitely not. That's it, no, that's an obligatory question, you gotta ask that.
Seems fair.
Yeah. What the fuck was I thinking then? Okay, hold on. Your man Mars Boy here has got to piss in the piss bucket again. And by that I mean a gold-plated toilet like Trump has, according to the president. And I will leave you two for probably my obligatory or average 20 seconds to piss. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Cripsel, if you want to break the N-word record, let us know.
Good God, stop that. Fucking Abstruse knows me too well by this point.
Most N-words ever said on
The
YouTube.
fate of my channel rests with these gentlemen. God help me. Alright, I'll be right back.
We're gonna call you white N-words and get you Sargon because you refuse to apologize.
I have... You know what? I'm gonna fly to Turkey and get a hair transplant, and I will have hair as beautiful as Sargon, and then I will kill him. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'll be right back.
Alright, as soon as he walks out. You ready?
Probably. What's the delay on this anyway? 10 seconds?
Yep, he's gone. N-word.
I can't believe he met someone who also had a cat named, who just like had a cat named the Edward, or Mr. Edward. Why would you? I can get why you would, but like, seems a little subpar.
Yeah, we've been talking about getting another cat. I'm gonna be a guy with three cats.
Oof. It's nice to have him around and not have like rodents.
Have an
but-
hour left to cut.
To like bring him inside and then talk again.
I don't know, cats are
Yeah, they oh my god, brought in what looked like a dead, muddy, like rat thing, and then it got up and started moving because it was just awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Creepy.
when we first started dating like 6 years ago, my girlfriend found a stray cat and brought it inside. He was just this fucking ratty thing. He was like starving. Fucking fleas all over it.
48, 50.
Did you bring that inside? What's wrong with you?
I don't know about this,
Sexy
but
cells.
dude, this cat, I still fucking love this cat. She gets kind of crazy sometimes. She's feral, obviously. But she's the sweetest fucking cat in the world, dude. She sleeps on my chest every night.
Talking about your lady friend, right?
Yeah, of course. Not my boyfriend, I'm not gay, I'm very straight.
Whoa now. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna add that to the list of indicators as to whether or not Abstruse is gay or straight. A mystery that has beguiled the minds of the world's greatest philosophers and scientists. I don't know. I'll never know. At any rate, I trust you both didn't get me banned while I was gone. I appreciate it.
We were very well behaved.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll see after people decide to mass flag the screen for no reason.
Ah, fuck that. But there's not enough people. There's no mass.
Yeah, all of your viewers reported you. You need to move on.
Yeah. No, they're good dudes. They're solid dudes. So, we had at one point some animosity that had developed between two very active members of the Dick Stored and the Biggest Problem Discord and such. But I would say they probably both do not hate each other. There's some difference in perception and how real, I guess, over the internet connection to another person is. But nonetheless, I mean, it seems to have worked out all right, I would say. I mean, does it seem like it's worked out all right to both of you? I'd say so far we're rocking a fucking laptop like that. I'd be pretty well
I don't
warmed
know.
up.
I think I might like. I mean, I don't think I push things too far. I think I would like an apology for basically threatening my unborn child.
Yeah, I get that. Hold on. Clear up for anybody.
If possible.
Clear up for anybody what was going on there. That was, if I understand this correctly, and pardon me if I'm being retarded, but Krim, you had posted something. You mentioned earlier that you had posted some unorthodox form of link. I think to an Amazon wish list, something like that.
That is correct.
Right. Okay. So, and then you had, for some reason, you got locked out of your account, or there was some other catalyst, and you thought that maybe Abstrus, out of anger for maybe something you said or something like that, had fucked around and IP fished you and was doing something.
No, it looked like I had gotten banned for the exact same postings that he had been.
Thought I saw something out on my porch. No one could get on there though. It's impossible.
Okay, so you thought maybe he reported you or something like that?
I did not firmly establish at any point that I thought he reported me, though I did suspect it. I reported me to Dick, which was a joke, but annoying.
How does a person do that? What do you mean reported you to Dick?
Like someone's fishing in the chat.
Oh, I see. So like just trolling. Abstrus, was that a thing that was in the heat of battle?
I basically just I said it because he posted a link that. Well, I was saying that I was gonna buy a laptop, and he basically posted a link that it was on a private website. And then to Amazon, so it was like redirecting.
I see.
And I thought that was pretty suspicious.
Okay, so what was the? It was like a vague suspicion. So maybe it was that Krim was fucking around a little bit for some reason. You thought.
At the time, yeah, I thought he was trying to get my location.
I see. Okay, so you thought maybe that the very unorthodox manner of him posting his Amazon wish list might have been some clandestine attempt to fuck you over, and then that resulted, Krim, in you getting banned by some mechanism. I guess
don't know how he got banned.
Okay.
I think it was third-party hysterics in response to this.
I see. So some third party may have reported. Okay, so this is one of those sort of unfolding domino effect catastrophes, I guess.
Kind of. Yeah, basically.
One thing leads to another, and then you got a big ass conflagration, a big old dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Is that fair, Abstrus?
Yeah. I don't know. I still feel like I'm owed an apology for basically threatening my family.
That's what I mean. Tell me about that. How the hell did that come about? So Krim, I'm guessing you got banned and then you started, or maybe pre-ban. You were saying some spicy stuff.
No. I DM'd some people after I couldn't talk anymore. They were posting some messages.
Oh, so this took place in DMs, the alleged threats, or
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
I'm not gonna say he said immediately gold, but he implied ambush. He basically implied that my child would not be born.
Right. Well, Krim mentioned something like that earlier, and I thought, oh, okay, that is quite spicy. So there's some, let's say, Abstruse feels there's some over the line kind of language for
It's
this.
a characterized threat, but perhaps it was overreacting. And you know, you're right. I probably shouldn't have, but
Well, what do you
anyway,
think?
sorry.
I mean, Krim, like, I mean, that's,
Well, you know,
no,
what's this game talking about?
It's breaking up.
yeah, your connection's crackly and breaking up there, Krim. I wonder if you wiggled any wires or something.
Seemed like they were kind of hard to read.
No?
Yeah, they were.
Look, right there.
I think you probably did. We can hear you a little bit. Try talking now.
Okay,
Hey, there we go.
Okay, like I was saying earlier, like I have some idea who some people in chat are. One of the things that Bruce has been talking about recently is obviously got like they're obviously trying for a kid. He's talking about two miscarriages, and obviously like gets to him who thinks the third one's gonna take. Like the weakness was there on display. I didn't come up with it.
Yeah, but it's very devastating. It's been very devastating the past few times.
Yeah, let me
I'm aware, and that would be why I said it.
You said it
Yeah,
because
but
you
it's
thought
not-
because you thought it would be hurtful.
No, because I was gonna tell his girlfriend that he cheated on her, and hope the stress caused another miscarriage.
Well, let me.
I just worded it
uh,
in the most
she knows.
disturbing way possible.
She already knows. And you kind of forced my hand to help me tell her. Let me tell you that.
Whoa! So all right, let me make sure I've got this straight. Okay, so Krim, you had some very personal sounding information about our man Abstruse here, and what is it? You said something that Abstruse then made you have to have some kind of uncomfortable conversation with your spouse as a result.
Yeah, I was seeing there was a postal too. You guys were reviewing postal.
Yeah, and you know,
You make a joke, it can't be seen in the entire content.
during that
of the story,
time,
so
we were kind of having some difficulty, and we're doing well now. Let me just say, we're doing well.
Well, I'm glad. I hope so, man. Jeez, I feel weird as a third party. I want the best for everybody, and I say I like talking to both you guys. But that's all of this is some heavy shit. Help me out as somebody who is like a third party without a lot of info on this shit. Krim, how did both of you? How would Krim have this information begin with? Is this the only thing I think of is that comes from like DMs or something? Or?
Because I was just talking about it in Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, I just absorb information what things are talking about, and I remember them.
Well, geez, I've noticed that,
I
man,
can't help it.
from the deep Discord lore knowledge. He's a lore sponge on that criminal.
I just don't get that on a bro level, like just saying being like hey, I'm gonna tell your girlfriend that you're cheating on her. Like, come on, man. Grim, really?
Wouldn't be the first time I distributed information to ruin someone's life.
Well, that doesn't make it
But
good.
why?
That doesn't make it good, though, Grim, does it? I mean,
No.
I can see if it was like
It's just not unique. It's just not unique or special.
well, yeah,
I
I mean,
can see if I was just like some irredeemable asshole, which I'm sure you probably thought that about me at the time. But I'm really not that bad of a guy. Come on.
There's not a whole lot of animosity now. I don't know.
well, I mean, okay, well, do you feel as though there might have been a line that was crossed, Grim, or?
I've never done anything but just
What the fuck?
fuck with you on this thing, and you know that.
Yeah, that's there's something that comes to mind, which is, you know, you said that like the internet's fake and, you know, there are parasocial relationships and stuff like that. But there are two things, arguably, to my mind anyway, that would breach the boundary of that sort of fake impersonal nature. And one of them is that abstruse, very much arguably, give you quite an extravagant gift. But the other thing is that you communicated some things that would indicate, well, I guess a person would say them if they thought that these are just characters on a screen or something like that.
That's not what I mean by not real. I know they're human beings, just don't have a deep emotional investment like I would someone that I knew in real life. There's just like some emotional tie there, but like, I don't know, like it sucked when Cantillions died, but like didn't like devastate me or anything. Like,
let me inject there, because you went out of your way to. You spent several days trying to dox me, and
just
you probably do.
Just the one day, the first day it happened, I just went through all the pictures she ever posted.
And I don't doubt that you do have my phone. You probably do have my docs. And, you know, I really appreciate that you haven't released that information, but if it truly is a parasocial thing, then why would you put forth that effort into trying to ruin my life, basically?
Because I couldn't use my content feeds for a day, so I had to do something else with the time.
Well, that's, I would have suspected something like that.
Alright,
I don't know.
I'm a little over halfway done. I have a lot of
Sense,
fucking
though,
more to
say that
do.
I don't know there was really a use of time issue. It seems to.
But I'm going
maybe
crazy
it
right
may
now.
have been an anger issue.
I had no ability to sit down and do that.
So hopefully finish this up tomorrow night, or maybe I'll come back to it later tonight. I gotta eat something or some shit. Just feel cracked out right now. Not enough sleep. Alright, I'll be back with some Mad Max though. If anyone's still here.
The search function didn't break, and I could just go through everything easily.
Okay.
I just want to know how, like, I know I gave
Goodbye.
I know I gave you